So I'll see how it goes. I won't reset because I know it's probably going to be bad. All right. Nope. Yeah, it's so much harder to do the motion controls on Pro Controller. Oh, frick. Oh my gosh, yes. That was so freaking close. Probably shouldn't have gone for this thing as I've never gone for it before. But, you know, YOLO. Yeah, it did not work at all. Yeah, we lost a bunch of time. Oh. Okay, I'm just losing time from. Oh my gosh. Dang it. Freaking, oh my gosh, I hate this boss. I don't understand why sometimes it won't fling off. It's really freaking annoying. There we go. Do. Hey, Destroyer, how's it going? Yeah, this game's great to speedrun. I only just started. But yeah, there's all sorts of different movement stuff and routing stuff you can do depending on your skill level. It's a lot like Super Meat Boy in that regard. The only thing I don't like about it is that there are a butt ton of cutscenes. Like every level has like probably 2 minutes of cutscenes, you know, and there's like 12 levels, so it's ridiculous, honestly. Yeah, and you'll see. Yeah, it is. You know, the thing is though, even though Super Meat Boy is only like 20 minutes, right? And Mario Odyssey is like an hour and 20 minutes. The amount of work that I've done at the end of the run still feels about the same, you know? Like, I feel like I've done the same amount of gameplay and execution and whatnot at the end of a hour and 20 minute Mario Odyssey run as I do at the end of a Super Meat Boy run. And I think that's just because Meat Boy is so, like, dense and packed together, you know? Go to the right, dang it. Yeah, that's true. Oh, shoot. Something else I noticed is that in Meat Boy, if you screw up really bad and you miss a jump, you can lose maybe like, I don't know, 10-20 seconds or something. But that same level of mistake in Mario Odyssey will lose you like minutes. You know? Like the stakes are higher. Or maybe that it just takes more time to recover. Oh, that was really close. Just died there. Yeah, I mean, it's got its downsides, but still a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. Oops. Yeah, it's on the Switch. Yeah, so I got it running through a capture card. I think that's my only other issue with this run. Is first of all, there's a lot of cutscenes and it's kind of long. But the other issue is that I'm kind of worried about chewing up my Switch controllers, you know, because they aren't cheap. And I hope running this game won't chew them up too badly. It might be expensive in the long run, you know. And you can't use like one of the cheapo controllers because frick. Oh, that was close. You need motion controls. You gotta have the motion controls. They save a good amount of time. Shoot. Give me your body. There we go. Yeah, I'll have to hop into the streams of some of the best runners and see and ask them how their controllers are doing. I'm curious to hear about that. Okay, this is a fun skip. Let's see if I can get it. Yes! Shoot. Dang it. I'm actually gonna die. There we go, that's what I was going for. No! That was too close. Rip. I don't think I grabbed the checkpoint. Yeah, I didn't grab the checkpoint. Rip. I should have grabbed the checkpoint. Let's see, what's the fastest way to get over there? Ooh! Get out of here. Okay. Okay, there we go. I love how many fast strats this boss has. If you time it right, you can just annihilate this guy. But I'm still working on it, obviously. Yeah, that was pretty bad. SMB isn't Super Meat Boy? Not very common at all. I think even like the top runners, like even the world records, usually have a death or two in them. Usually they aren't very time-consuming deaths, though. I think I've had a run where I only had 4 deaths. I think that's the lowest I've ever had. Yeah, that's just any percent. I bet in major glitches there probably aren't many deaths at all. Dude. Get over here. No, that's not what I was going for. Yeah, that's just insane. 106. I think what I might do, I might watch the world record for Mario Odyssey and just time how much time is spent just watching cutscenes, just like staring at stuff. Not all the cutscenes are super long. I mean, there's a lot of just really short ones, but there's a lot of them and they add up, you know. Yeah, the game's faster in Japanese. Frick. Yeah, the first couple runs in Japanese were pretty hard, because I couldn't tell what anything meant. But now I just kind of have it memorized, you know, so. Yeah, oh no, I thought I made the cycle. So close. Yeah, this run probably isn't going to be a PB at all, because it's the first run I've done with, or first run I'm doing with the Pro Controller. I usually use the Joy-Cons. The Pro Controller, the analog sticks are a lot more, you know, spacious and substantial. It's a lot easier to line up angles correctly and whatnot than it is on the Joy-Cons. But it's not nearly as easy to do the motion controls. Motion controls are very easy to do on the Joy-Cons because your hands are separated, you know. But with the Pro Controller, your hands are linked together, so it makes it really awkward. And a lot more tiring. But I'm just gonna have to figure out if I think it's worth it, you know? It's a trade-off, for sure. Oh gosh. There we go. The Joy-Cons, I mean, they're great controllers. I mean, the thing is, they're as good as they can be, but it's just that the Pro Controller's better, right? Yeah, the Joy-Cons are great. They're, oh frick. Did I grab a checkpoint anywhere? That might be grip 1. Like, all the buttons are high quality, the analog sticks are as good as they can be for that form factor. Okay, let's see if I can make this jump. I use them for any other game if you didn't need to. Yeah, I mean, I'll play games with the Joy-Cons all the time. And they work completely fine. It's just that, especially for a Mario Odyssey speedrun, where I need to do some, you know, difficult jumps, where I need to have things angled correctly, and I need to have it angled correctly as quickly as possible. It's just a bit preferable to use the Pro Controller. It just gives a bit of an extra edge. But I played through the entirety of Mario Odyssey using the Joy-Cons, and it was totally fine. Just casually, I definitely prefer the Joy-Cons for Mario Odyssey, actually. Just because the motion controls are so much easier. Of course, the motion controls aren't mandatory, but, you know. Do you have a Switch at all? Oops, said the cutscene too early. Twice. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, it wasn't stopped all the way. Yeah. Okay. See, that would have been a lot easier with the Joy-Cons because the motion controls. I think it's just something I'll get used to. The sounds don't bother me at all. The cutscenes do. When I was playing through the game casually, the cutscenes didn't bother me too much. They seemed a little bit excessive, but a lot of them served a good purpose. And even the ones that seem excessive, it turned out that they were using the cutscenes to hide loading times. So I guess I prefer looking at a cool little cutscene, a cool little overview of the kingdom, as opposed to just looking at a loading screen. So I think they did the best they could have done. But yeah, the sounds. It's never even occurred to me that. Oh shoot, that was too early. Dang it. Do they know you at all? Yeah, I am worried about the A button on my controller. I hope it won't get worn out. You know, from all the A spam. Oh shoot, this is really bad. Dang it. Yeah, I hit it too close, so he grabbed the hat. Yeah, this is just so annoying because I hate doing motion controls on the Pro Controller, but I hate the analog sticks on the Joy-Cons. I mean, for the purposes of speedrunning. Dang it! Sure, if you grab your hat again. And it might just be because I've only done runs with the Joy-Cons. I'm sure I'm just not used to the Pro Controller yet. Okay. Yeah, this part right here, this is really hard to do on Joy-Cons because it's hard to get the angle right and to hold the angle right. But it's not nearly as bad on the Pro Controller. Like a couple days. So I'm pretty bad, and I do mostly slow strats. You know, just beginner stuff. I messed that up. Oh, that's bad. That is really bad. Let's see, do I have to redo Klepto? Yeah, he's still there. Oh gosh. Yeah, remembering the route. That was really close. Yeah, the first run, it was really hard. What I did is I had a video tutorial pulled up, and I just sort of paused the timer. I would watch where he went in the route, then I would pause the video and go back and do it in the run, and then I just kind of went through. I think after the and then I did a couple more runs where I watched the video as I did it, but I went for longer and longer lengths of time without looking at the tutorial until I think just like on the third run I was able to do everything without the video. And at this point I remember everything pretty well. A lot of people though, they run multiple categories. And of course, you know, every category is going to have a different route. So it must be really tough for them to not, you know, mix up the routes and stuff. That would be tricky to have multiple routes in your head. Yeah. Yeah, especially since you have, with Meat Boy routing, you don't have nearly as many dimensions to work with. I mean, for Meat Boy routes, the route is just which levels you enter, right? And that's literally one dimension, right? It's just a string. But with Mario Odyssey routing, you have 2 major dimensions to deal with, and then to a lesser extent, a 3rd dimension. I wasn't close enough to the wall. Yeah, this is a really hard skip here. Didn't make that. There we go. Yeah, I mean, for the platforming, it is. Well, I guess what I mean to say is that, okay, that's really bad. Like, if you look at the map, you know, most of the moons are going to be occurring on this 2D plane. Most of them aren't, but yeah, you have to think about where you're going vertically, of course. Oh, that was far from rip. That could have been quite a lot worse. I'm gonna grab this moon early. In the route, you're supposed to... Oh, jeez. You're supposed to get it later, but it requires a jump that is just way too hard for me to do. Okay, this jump is really hard right here. And it loses a lot of time if you screw it up. That was really close. This is a really weird boss fight. There's always all sorts of weird stuff going on. Oh, this is really bad. I'm definitely, I think I might die. Unless I can get some health. The quality isn't like, dang it. Made it. When you say the quality becomes poor, do you mean like through the stream, like the bitrate has trouble keeping up with all the effects? Yeah, there's a lot of, you know, small particles and stuff. I have, my internet is more than good enough to crank up the bitrate, just in terms of like bandwidth, but I don't have, I have a really low data cap. So if I crank up the bitrate anymore, it'll eat up all my data really quick. Like, I could stream at a higher bitrate with an even lower internet connection, with an even slower bandwidth, I meant to say. But just the plans in my area, the data caps are so low. Yeah, well, I'm in Alaska. Frick. Yeah, the only internet service provider here is GCI. And it's, for 60 bucks a month, you can get 70 down, 7 up for, with a 50 gigabyte cap. And that's like, that cap is like nothing, you know? Like, I burned through that. I'll burn through that pretty quick. Oh, frick. But I'm totally fine with 70 megabits, you know? That's more than enough for me. I'd be fine with like 20, you know? But the data cap is just way too low. Especially for streams. And even just like the way devices are made these days, they just eat up data, you know? They're always communicating, they're always updating. Stuff, your data just gets eaten away in the background. And it's really hard to identify the source. That's really nice that you don't have a data cap. Where are you at? See if I can make this guy. You know what? I might find out a way to use both the Joy-Cons and the Pro Controller. Because just for the majority of the run, the Joy-Cons are more than good enough, you know, in terms of the analog sticks. But the motion controls are just so much easier. So I guess what I could do is I could use the Joy-Cons for the majority of the run, just for the easier motion controls, but then I could switch to the Pro Controller just for the handful of jumps that really require the more accurate analog sticks. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know how hard it is to quickly switch between them. I think it would just count the other pair as a second player. It might take time to switch between them. Oh, that's not the button I was supposed to press. Yeah, I mean, you can have them both connected, but that's a really good idea. No, you'd have to go into the menu to switch them. Like, you know, it's not like the old consoles where you just have like port 1, port 2, port 3, port 4, you know, and you would just switch the cables. Like, you have to go into the menu and reconnect them in order to switch which controllers, which player, you know. I guess I don't think there's a way to turn off the controllers without going into the menu either. Yeah, that's always a pain in the butt. You know, connecting controllers is really easy on the Switch, especially with the Joy-Cons. You literally just like slide them onto the side of the console and they're connected, you know? I mean, like if a friend brings their Joy-Cons over to my house, you know, all they have to do is just slide their controllers onto my Switch and bam, you know, they're connected. You don't have to fiddle around with the sync button and all of that crap. It's really nice. That was close. jeez. Yeah, I've taken it over to friends' houses a couple times. While it is portable, it's not portable like the 3DS's, you know. You can just shove that in your pocket. So this, you need to put it in a backpack or something, really. And then also you can't, there's not any way to back up your saves, you know? So like if you lose it or if it gets stolen, your save files are gone. So that's, deterred me from bringing it anywhere. Like, I'm not in the mood to lose my bajillion hour Breath of the Wild save file, you know? That would be really lame. Oh jeez. Oh, rip. I gotta kill myself. Oh yeah, there's a switch up there. You need 4 Goombas stacked in order to activate it. It's just like an arbitrary number they put on there. You know, that's just how much weight you need to activate the switch. So I accidentally killed one of them, so I had to restart the level. Yeah, the snow is kind of a funky object. I would show you the weird snow physics, but yeah, I'm not in the area anymore. Okay, this has some really tricky jumps. This jump right here is really hard. Next jump. No. Yes. RNG. I think there's a couple... Nothing nearly as bad as Larry at all. There's a couple places where there's a little bit of RNG, but it's nothing like substantial. But again, I've only just started running this a couple days ago. There might be some areas for, like if you're going for a world record or something where the RNG, there's some like small elements of RNG in a boss fight that could be annoying. I'm not really sure. Now this is really hard to do with the Joy-Cons, because you have to line up at a precise angle using the analog sticks. Much easier to do with the Pro Controller. Oh gosh. But yeah, there's not really any RNG at the level that I'm at. I mean, like the skill level that I'm at. There might be some minor RNG for really high skill levels, but I don't think anything is too bad. That was a good time. No, they were good bosses casually, I thought. I think he said all the bosses were coded in like a week or something. But yeah, I mean, the game wasn't really... Okay, I gotta do really hard jump here. I think they're great for speedrunning, with the exception of, Yes! Exception of, Little Horn and Larry. Like Little Slugger, I mean, sure, why not? That's fine. Chad, that's great for speedrunning. You got a cool skip in there to learn. That's great, I think. Brownie, I guess it's kind of... Oh, frick. There's a skip in there, that's pretty fun. And Fetus is... But yeah, a lot of them are auto-scrollers, which is kind of annoying. But you still have to be able to complete it without dying, so you'll still lose time if you aren't able to do it. I can't believe I got this skip on the first try. I saved a bunch of time on this level. It's not over yet though, there's a really crazy hat room towards the end. And you gotta use motion controls too, so it might be tricky with the Pro Controller. The music in this game is amazing. Rick. Oh. Rip. I kind of miss the, this is an unpopular opinion, but I really miss the 3DS. The 3DS screen, like the 3D screen. It was amazing playing Super Mario 3D Land with the 3D effect on, because I could like actually see where the platforms were, you know? It's really hard to, oh frick, this is bad. It's really hard to land a lot of these jumps in 3D space, you know? Because it's just so, you don't have any depth. You can't tell where you actually are. Oh gosh. So it makes some things problematic. There we go. Yeah. Mario Odyssey VR, I would play it. Like that cap throw there, that was a lot easier this time using the Pro Controller. That usually takes me a couple tries to line up with the Joy-Con. Yeah, I mean the 3D effect, it was kind of just, I mean it really was a gimmick for the majority of games, but I felt like it had a really good purpose for 3D platformers. Okay. Oh. This is a really fun hat room right here. There's just one hard jump here at the end. Yes. The motion controls add a lot to the game. Are they fun to use? Yeah, I don't know. If there's a way to do the actions that you need the motion controls to do, if there's a way to do them with a button, I would definitely use the button instead. I kind of wish they didn't force them on you, to be honest. But the game's perfectly playable without using any of the motion controls. It's just that you kind of have to use them for speedrunning. Especially for like the homing throw, you can shake after you throw your hat. You can shake the controller to have the hat do a little homing maneuver. And that's really helpful. And of course you have to shake the controller to you can shake the controller for extra speed when you're rolling. So you kind of have to do that. Oh, that's really bad. Oh crap, I can't actually beat the level now because I have to do a damage boost at the end. Should I come? I'm just gonna kill myself. And most of the motion controls are just like shaking, and I really hate that. Like, there's some... okay. Some of the motion controls are really good, and they make the game better. Like when you need to aim stuff, like if you're aiming something in first person, you have to aim a cursor. Oh gosh. Yeah, most of them are annoying. Like, you just have to shake the controller to do something, and it's just kind of obnoxious to shake the controller. But some of them, like if you need to use the motion controls to aim, it's definitely better aiming with the motion controls than it is to aim using the analog stick. It's, you know, it's a lot more accurate. And I guess for the purposes of the speedrun, it's... I don't really mind it. It adds something different, you know? There's not a lot of games you speedrun where you have to shake around and do a lot of motion controls, so... something interesting, I guess. Something a bit different. A game where they use the motion controls really well is Breath of the Wild. There's pretty much only motion controls when you're aiming the bow, and it makes it so much better to aim the bow when you have motion controls. It's just a pain in the butt to aim a crosshair using an analog stick, but it's really easy using motion controls. It's just like using a keyboard and mouse. It's awesome. I think there's a couple shrines in Breath of the Wild where you use motion control. Some people thought they were really annoying. I didn't really mind them. And there were only a couple. But I thought it was an interesting use of mechanics, so I didn't mind it. But yeah, in Breath of the Wild, they aren't nearly as present as they are in Odyssey. Yeah, the HD rumble, that's pretty cool. I don't know if, well, obviously it costs more to produce the controllers because of the HD rumble. I'm not sure if it's worth the extra cost, but regardless, it's here, and I think it's pretty fun. They do all sorts of really cool effects. It kind of depends on the game. Some games utilize it better than others. Like Mario Odyssey uses it really well. There's this indie game called Tumble Seed, which uses it really well. Like all the different seeds you use, you can like feel them rolling, and the way the controller vibrates changes depending on the seed. It's pretty fun. It's still more of a gimmick though, honestly. But it's a fun little feature, especially when the game uses it in a cool way. Like seriously, look at all those cutscenes, you know? It's ridiculous. Especially, like pay attention for it when I beat the final boss. Watch how many cutscenes there are. There's like literally eight or nine separate cutscenes in a row. It's nuts. And you know, really, even though the HD Rumble isn't some sort of crazy life-changing feature, I'm still glad they're trying out new things, you know. Dang it. Rip. thought I was gonna die, but I forgot your health regenerates from the moons. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. People buy the things they're more familiar with. They buy something they believe they can count on. It's a big financial risk to make a big expensive video game in a new IP that you don't know if anyone's gonna be interested in, you know? So it's just, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Which is too bad. That's something I love about indie games. Oh, that's funny. You said that literally right after I said that. Yeah, but with indie games, they can just kind of do whatever they want. They can make whatever weird niche game they want to make. They can add some sort of weird feature that a AAA developer wouldn't want to risk putting in, you know? I'm really glad there's a lot of indie games coming to the Switch, because it's a great platform for them as well, you know? A little portable device to play an indie game. It's like perfect. Okay. Yes. Let me jump on you. Okay, rip. Oh, that hurts. Yeah, there's a lot less overhead, there's a lot less proprietary technology going on. It's definitely a more open platform. But as far as consoles go, I mean, it's really nice for, like, indie games usually lend themselves to the kind of environment of a portable device. Yeah, this isn't good. I lost a bunch of time from that death. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I don't really leave my house with it much, so... In any case, I'm glad there's options, you know? There's definitely a place for both the PC and the consoles. It's so much easier to do speedruns on a PC as well, because you can have, you know, save states, you can mess around in the files, and it's just a lot, you have a lot better access to the software, and you have a lot more control over the environment, and you can just record directly from your PC. Okay. Yes. Oh, I almost ran off the edge. Oh gosh. Okay. Shoot, how many of those guys are left? This is really bad. Okay, there's only one guy left. Yes! The music comes in too early on this part, and it really throws off my splits. Wow, I forgot to skip the cutscene there. Yeah, I saw that video. That was hilarious. I love stuff like that. Yeah, like that video of that guy who beats some level in Mario Odyssey. No, Mario 64 with like half of an A press. It's just hilarious. Okay, let's see how quickly I can get the moon skip here. Frick. No, I think it was too far to the left. Too far to the left, I think. Far to the left. It's hard to aim onto that thing, though. That might have been it. Yes! Yeah, he does a bunch of crazy glitches and beats a level in Mario 64 with like half of an A press. It's great. Oops. Okay, this is going to be tricky without motion controls.
Nope.
Yeah, I just lost some time there because I missed the... Wow, I did not even go in the remotely correct direction. Okay, let's see if I can get it this time. Nope. I always miss the darn, missed the hat. I don't remember if I got it or not in the PB. I guess we'll find out. Dang it. Dang it. Yeah, I missed the triple jump and then I got hit. That was trash. Get up the... I lost a run to that hole right there to the left once. It was terrible. Holy crap, I'm just hitting everything today. Oh my goodness. Okay.